Trevor Alonzo. I'm going to talk about the current Hollywood strike with the writers and actors strike. That's right, the SAG-AFTRA and WGA, which has escalated in the past few days. I'm going to go over what it's mainly about. The writers were on strike for a lot of things, but the main part of it was over residuals and AI. With the current state of streaming, everyone has been paid less for residuals or pretty much get gypped. Also, executive producers want to use AI for writers, which would also give the studio the ability to feed scripts to an AI to write scripts. Executives have even tried to word it in a way during negotiations as, well, don't you want to use the new technology? Basically wording it in the contract to leave it open to use AI in the future. Negotiations have not been moving along with the writers. The WGA even gave producers and executives a 12-day extension to come up with a better offer, but it is highly suspected that the studios used that time to record promotional interviews and move premieres. Especially now since the Barbie and Oppenheimer premieres moved to right before the deadline. No new offers were made. At that point, the actors join in on the strike, or the SAG-AFTRA union, led by the current president of the Screen Actors Guild, Fran Drescher. Yes, that Fran Drescher, the nanny, which she gave a serious speech. She is taking this very seriously. If you haven't heard her speech yet, I would recommend that you see it in full on YouTube. So, currently, writers can't write, actors can't act or promote new or old projects. Now, to clarify more what they can do or can't do, on the SAG or WGA websites, they have a whole list and whole breakdown of what they can't do. So actors are also fighting for residuals and AI. For the residuals, actors are being paid little or nothing from streaming, because the contracts on residuals don't have rules for streaming. It is the exact same problem with the writers' contracts. When a movie or show is aired on TV, ratings show how many people see it. By that, people get paid on how much or how little it's watched. Whether it's a writer or an actor or people who worked on the show that have a contract. In the older days, a show would have 24 episodes per season or more. The problem with streaming is, it's back down to around 8 or 10. Also, companies aren't showing their ratings, so nobody's getting what they should get per viewing or per season. If you look online, a lot of actors have posted their residual checks. It looks really bad. Some actors are paid 12 cents per month in residuals. One actor from a Disney Kids show actually got a check for negative $67. One actress from Orange is the New Black, which is a popular show on Netflix, got a lot of checks for a month, but it only added up to $20. A third-party company was hired to look at the ratings for streaming shows, but the companies and executives said that can't be trusted as a source. They say they can't really see their own ratings as well, which even I have to say, this smells like BS. If I can see my views per video and where they're being viewed the most on my level, I'm sure they can see what's being watched at any executive level. For the AI, writers and actors don't want to be replaced or get paid less. With background actors, they want to be able to pay them for only one day of work, which is roughly $180, then digitally scan them as an extra, keep that information for any future TV shows or movies. Basically making it so they don't have to hire that extra ever again. With other actors, they want to be able to keep their digital image and voice, with the possibility of using it later. Basically, it's open in a contract to do parts in future movies in case the actor's not around or they want to do stuff with the actor and don't have to pay them. Now, the last time actors and writers went on strike at the same time was in 1960, when Ronald Reagan was the president of SAG. And at that time, it was over residuals for movies and shows aired on TV, which was a current new technology at that time. Then, in 1980, SAG went on strike over residuals again for another new technology, VHS. Of course, people remember the 2007 writer's strike. So this will happen every time there's a new technology out, just because in contracts it's not technically in there, so executives look at it as a loophole to pay less. Now, no one is saying executives can't make millions, but they act like they can't pay the writers and the actors. Bob Iger said, "This is the worst possible time to do this. They are being selfish." He also said this in an interview at a billionaire's retreat. This is actually Mr. Burns' level of tone deaf. An unnamed source did tell the media, studio executives quoted saying, "The endgame is to allow things to drag until union members start losing their departments and lose their homes." One executive told the news site Deadline added another, "It's been argued for months, even before WGA went out." A third-party source called the tactic a cruel but necessary evil. Wow, that's just evil to push it to that type of level. Again, this is something Mr. Burns would do. Now, there is an organization that helps workers in the industry that are affected by the strike. It helps out the writers that are not making ends meet. It helps out the actors who are not millionaires. There's a lot of actors going from job to job, barely making it. It helps crew members who don't have work right now. There will be a link down below in the information if you would like to donate. I understand not everyone cares. The strike is about trying to get paid for what's owed to workers. And it's kind of affected us all, especially with AI. Let's face it, none of us want to be replaced by machines. AI is uncreative, it's lazy, there's no imagination to it. I definitely don't want my kids using AI just to write papers. They won't learn anything. And it's sad, but we already see AI taking over jobs right now, especially at stores with self-checkout. And in bigger cities, we see Amazon using drones to deliver instead of UPS. So to end this, executives say they can't pay writers and actors, which is stupid. Because here's the box office for the past weekend. These movies cost millions to make, and make millions. Yet, they can't pay residuals. And they're not asking to be paid beyond what's this. They're asking to get paid a piece of the pie that is right there. Unfortunately, in the end, I think we as a consumer is going to get screwed over because no executive is going to be like, okay, I'll take a cut in pay to pay all these actors and writers. I feel like all streaming services, movie tickets, and even physical media is going to go up a little bit. Unfortunately, that's what might happen. Thank you for watching my video.